Hey gang, Nate Bear here, lead technical tactician for Monument Traders Alliance and trade of the day. And in this week's video, we're going to take a look at the indexes because they are on fire here. And I want to show you some levels that I'm kind of watching, or a couple of levels that I'm watching in both the SPY and the Qs, as well as a trade setup, one of the few charts right now, which is not grossly overextended. Okay, so let's dive right in. Now, if we look at the weekly charts, what I want to notice, or what I want to show you first, is basically we've broken out of the channel on the SPY. We've got a squeeze momentum shift down in here on the SPY. We've broken out of the channel to the upside. I mean, I think we're probably headed higher. I mean, going to take out these highs makes kind of all the sense in the world, right? But if we look at this on a daily chart, it's a situation where, okay, I mean, we were overbought here and we were overbought here and we were overbought here. And we're incredibly overbought on the daily chart. We're at +3 ATR. So for me, it's time to pump the brakes on the long side until we get a little bit of a pullback. And I know that sounds crazy, but and I fully acknowledge that the market can just keep going up if that's what it wants to do. But I look at this at +3 ATR, overbought RSI on the daily chart, and I just have to think to myself, Nate, like maybe we just need to even if we just go sideways for a couple of weeks, can we just go kind of like this and build up some a fresh squeeze, something like that would make a lot of sense. But this market is just insanely strong right now. In the Qs, let's look at this chart, start again from a weekly basis. And again, just looks amazing, right? I mean, this has all-time highs written all over it. But if we look at the daily chart, yet again, we are outside, we're above +3 ATR here on this daily chart of the Qs. We're overbought. This is just a spot for me where it's like, okay, well, I don't need to come in and short it, right? I don't want to come in and say, hey, you know what? I'm super bearish here and this market has gone too far, so I need to just short because that's my only reason. But at least from here, I'm going to ease up. I'm going to back off on the long side a little bit and either wait for a pullback, which I would buy, or wait for some consolidation, which I would buy. So I am long. I am wanting to be long, but today was a great day for taking profits on the long side. And then just for me, I'm just going to sit back and let's see kind of what happens from here, from these extreme levels. Now, one name that I am sort of interested in here is this name right here, PDD. And this is a chart, one of the few, that is not grossly overextended here. So they have earnings coming up on Wednesday, November 22nd. They've got, where are my drawings here? Let's just put PDD over here. So they've got earnings coming up. They've got this daily squeeze. They've got a squeeze on many, many of these smaller time frames. So what I'm thinking is potentially a run up into earnings on the November 22nd. So if we go over and look at the PDD options chain, again, earnings next week on the 22nd. So just coming out here and picking up some of these 310 calls, some of these at the money calls for a push higher into earnings. Again, one of the few charts that is not extended. Very tough to buy anything like Microsoft here, or Meta, any of these big tech names, Amazon. We're at such high levels. Becomes very, very, very tricky to then come in and say, hey, you know what? I really want to get in there and get after it with a long call position in these super extended names. All right. So that's what I've got for this week. I hope it helps, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Later.